Alla Shapiro.
Welcome to Booch
and
Bitch. Today we have a very, very special guest with us, Miss Hannah Crum from Kombucha Kamp. She is the Kombucha Momma all the way from LA.
I'm so happy to be here. Cheers!
Cheers! Thanks, Jeanette, for these amazing cocktails as always. What are we drinking?
What do we got here?
This is a black currant Aronia Raspberry Margarita made with black currants locally harvested, lime, a little bit of honey, a silver tequila. I'm using Milagro today, and then finished with the Aronia Raspberry from NessAlla.
It's a very special brew that we don't have on the shelves. We made special. We didn't make a mistake.
It's a perfect daytime cocktail for those days where you want to hang out and talk with Hannah.
I love kombucha cocktails because I like having a little antidote with my poison.
Yeah.
Cheers to that!
I'm gonna drink to that too.
Yes. Well, I love this new trend in healthy cocktails. Like, there's a lot of people, like, these are fresh foraged black currants, and a lot of the bartenders are hitting up farmers markets and making their own infusions and using fresh herbs. And when you pair that with the kombucha, because it does the liver detox, it just gives you that little antidote.
Yep. And alcohol actually helps carry beneficial enzymes and things like that through your body, which is why tinctures are so beneficial. Herbal tinctures are often, alcoholic because the alcohol actually carries it through your system quicker.
And it's really important, I think, for people to start getting back to knowing exactly where their food, their drinks, whatever it is they're putting into their body, where is it coming from? Who's making it? Who's harvesting it? What's the practice that they're using?
I need to know the names of all my harvesters.
Right?
Like first and last.
Right?
And what their hobbies are.
You should be more intimate with what you're consuming.
Yeah. So, Hannah, what is it that you do? What's your passion?
My passion, as you might have guessed from Kombucha Kamp, Kamp with a K, Kombucha Momma, I love kombucha. And we really think of ourselves as the ambassadors for kombucha. And, kind of our overarching mission is to heal the world one gut at a time, which sounds big and dramatic and crazy, but when we realize when we're partnering with other kombucha companies, or we're just trying to get that quality information to people so that they can start healing themselves. Anybody can start drinking kombucha, and it's like a gateway. It's a gateway into healthier lifestyle, healthier choices.
Which is, one of the reasons that we, talk to you so much and love working with you is because Vanessa and I, that's why we started. Like, it wasn't like, oh, we want to make all this kombucha, but we wanted to find a way that we could start educating people on, what are you putting in your body?
Control
what do you do?
Their own health and their own bodies, yeah.
So that's like, the underlying mission of our business as well. And kombucha was, like you said, a great gateway to get that information to the general public within our community and regionally as well.
Well, because it's one of those things that, like, some people first sip, they're like, oh, what is this stuff? Because their bodies and their palates aren't used to it. But usually by the third sip or the third time they try kombucha, their body's like, yes, please. And they just want to soak up all that nutrition. And so even if it has a weird taste at first, people are naturally drawn to it because their bodies feel so good drinking it. And one of the great things about kombucha is it's a natural detoxifier. So when you just start detoxing gently, gradually through drinking kombucha, your body starts to feel better, and your organism starts to say, hey, you know what, maybe I don't want to eat some of that other stuff, or maybe I want to find things that help support me feeling good. And that's something that's undeniable about kombucha. It makes it feel good.
Yeah, it's a great everyday detoxer.
This Aronia Raspberry especially is one of my favorites.
Aronia, I've never heard of that berry. Is that
Aronia is a native berry to Wisconsin and also different parts of Europe. It's got just slam packed full of antioxidants and different tannins, and there is, I don't know what it is, but it's
cranberries.
That component in cranberry that makes your urinary tract better. Aronia's got like 10 times that.
Yeah.
So it's got like 10 times the amount of blueberry antioxidants and things like that. It's just like...
It's a power food.
Yeah.
It's super fruit.
Crazy rad.
It's really awesome.
That's
So,
good stuff.
and the Aronia that we use in our kombucha is we either wild harvested. We wild harvested a lot of it last year, but we also have some local farmers that are now starting Aronia berry farms here in Wisconsin that we're playing around with and working with to create some kombucha. And it's really awesome to develop these relationships with these other farmers that are, have the same kind of ideas that we have.
So Hannah, how are you able to fund all this advocacy that you're doing around kombucha?
Well, it's a passion, and we have our own website, so we do sell homebrewing kits and supplies, and that's what keeps us going. And we answer every email that comes in. So anyone who has a question about kombucha, whether they've purchased our supplies or not, because our primary goal is to educate people, we respond.
How did you first get into kombucha?
I first discovered kombucha from a friend in college. I was visiting him in San Francisco, and San Francisco is a pretty groovy place. So they had all kinds of cool stuff as they're giving me the tour around their apartment. And this is like back in 2002. But like they had a filter on their shower, and I was like, why would you filter the water? That's so strange. Why is that important, And then she took me into this room, and there's this table, and on the table's a box, and in the box it's like covered with stuff. And she goes, that's the kombucha. I was like, I never heard of kombucha. I had no idea what it was, and we didn't even taste it because I wasn't ready. But I was so intrigued by the word, by the idea. I just started drinking it. It was like, oh, love at first sip.
Yeah.
I brought a growler of your kombucha to a very small town in Iowa to a bunch of kids, about 10 little boys, that all they do is drink soda. Their dad works for a soda company. And they're like, what is this weird stuff? Ooh, it smells weird. And they started drinking it, and they were like, this is amazing. They had no idea what it was, but they were fully into it.
And that's trusting your
It's
gut.
super awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool because this is like the cutting edge science that's going on right now, like the Human Microbiome Project, where they're going in and looking inside of our bodies and finding that rainforest of diversity that's in there. So when you start drinking this, you're putting that immunity right back into your body.
One of the most amazing things I think about kombucha and the fact that there's all these local or regional kombuchas that are popping up everywhere is that whatever's in your environment is what's going into that kombucha, and so it's pulling things, bacteria and yeasts from where you live.
It's kind of
And
like
that's-
honey
yeah.
in that same sense. Like you want to get it as closely made to you as possible because it has that environment that
Yeah.
will protect you.
And helps reduce allergies.
Yes,
and
Right.
things
because
like that.
you're it's almost like an immunization against whatever.
Right, it's
So-
because there's, fresh ingredients, it's handmade with love, like it's a process. We do a whole brewing thing. We source our sugar the best way we possibly can.
Yeah.
We source our tea from fabulous companies, and it's a craft.
I'd like to cheers to that.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Back to base.
L'chaim.
L'chaim. Life, baby.
L'chaim. So lately people have been asking us, what's the deal with this Bill Chuckers guy? Who's this guy?
Well, we discovered him in our back alley of our production facility with a fully set up living room outside in the back alley.
A couch, a rug, a little cocktail table
Yeah.
with a bottle of NessAlla, and we thought, what's up with this dude?
He's a little wackadoodle, like he's not all there, right? Come on. And he just needs people to talk to. He's harmless.
Bill Chuckers.
Yeah. Are you a good tipper? I bet you're not. I was recently at a pancake house. I ordered the blueberry pancakes, my favorite. Anyway, the flapjacks were floppy, I waited an hour, and the server was less than pleasant. But did I tip 10% or even 0? No, I'm not your average crumb bum. I tipped 25%. I was once at the International House of Pancakes and I got kicked out because I thought the hostess wasn't ethnic enough. I still tipped 30% because they deserved it. It's not your waitress's fault if the cook is out smoking a doobie. It's not the waitress's fault if the restaurant is understaffed. And it's certainly not the waitress's fault that she was forced to work a double and her kid is patiently waiting for her at the elderly Portuguese couple next door. I'm Bill Chuckers. Tip well, you cheap bastards.
Yay! Thank you for joining us once again. Miss Hannah Crum, thank you for being here. What a pleasure and an
Awesome.
honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hannah.
Kombucha power.
NessAlla.
Yeah.
NessAlla Kombucha makes your body happy. NessAlla Kombucha makes your body